everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to create HubSpot contact on Tally Forms submission. So I'm an owner of a digital marketing agency, and using Tally Forms, I have created a form with the help of which I collect my leads data. And the form is embedded on my website. Here what I want is that as soon as by end of the lead, a new form submission is going to be done using Tally Form, I want to create a contact of that lead in my HubSpot CRM account. Now creating these contacts manually is very time consuming. So what I've done is I've simply automated this entire process with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. And here in this automation, I'm going to build a connection between Tally Forms and HubSpot CRM with the help of it. So if you also want to learn about this amazing automation process step by step, for that let me take you to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to create HubSpot contact on Tally Forms submission. So as an owner of a digital marketing agency, I use Tally Forms to collect lead details and inquiries directly from my website. And I use HubSpot CRM to manage these leads efficiently, track interactions, and organize my sales pipeline. With the help of this automation, every time a lead fills out a form using the form that I've created using Tally Form, automatically and directly, the details of them is going to be created as a contact in my HubSpot account. This helps me streamline my workflow and ensures all my information is centralized for better communication and follow-ups. And I'm going to create this amazing automation between Tally Forms and HubSpot with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign into my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly Apps window in front of you, in which you can see all the products that Pabbly provides, from which we are going to select this Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button right here. As we're going to do that, Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow over here, I'm going to give it as Create HubSpot Contact on Tally Forms Submission. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow, okay? After that, over here it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I have created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down. These are the folders from which I'm going to select Tally Forms Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving the name to the workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this Create button in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of How to Create HubSpot Contact on Tally Forms Submissions, and you can see there are two windows in front of you. One says Trigger, other says Action. So what is Trigger and Action? Trigger and action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two concepts. Over here, trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means what is action? Action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. So firstly, we're going to set up our trigger step, and for the trigger application, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Tally Forms. Tally Forms is a simple and a modern online form building tool that lets us create forms effortlessly without needing of any technical skills. It's a perfect form of collecting information like leads, inquiries, survey responses, feedbacks, or registrations. And with the help of Tally Form, I have created a form with the help of which I collect my leads data, and this form that I've created is embedded on my website. I want that as soon as by the lead a form submission is going to be done using Tally Form, automatically over here the trigger should capture the response of that. And that is why for my trigger application, I have selected it as Tally. And for the trigger event, I'm going to select it as new response. After selecting the trigger application and the event, you can see that Pabbly Connect has provided us with the webhook URL. Using this unique webhook URL, we're going to build the connection between Tally and Pabbly Connect by following the steps given here below in the help desk. So what I'm going to do is, firstly, I'm going to simply copy this URL from here. After copying the URL, I'm going to go back to the form that I want to connect to Pabbly Connect. So this is the form that I want to connect to Pabbly Connect. And for connecting this form, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the settings button next to the preview button right here. As I'm going to come to settings from the bar over here, go to the integrations section right here. After coming to integrations on this page, you can see webhooks is provided. Click on this connect button right here. As I'm going to do that, it is asking for the endpoint URL. For this field, paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us, and then click on this connect button right here. As I'm going to do that, you can see the webhook URL is successfully added to this form, contact us form that I've created using Tally. As now the webhook URL is added, I'm going to go back to my workflow and scroll down. You can see it is saying waiting for webhook response. So now to check whether Tally is successfully connected to Pabbly Connect or not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the test form submission of this form that I've created using Tally. And after doing the test submission of this form, I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of the test form submission being done or not. And what I want is I want the response that is going to be captured in a simple format. For that, I'm going to toggle the simple response button right here. Okay. After doing that, I'm going to do the test form submission of this form right here. From the same panel, go to the share button right here. This is the link of this form. I'm going to copy this link from here and open this link in a new tab right here. So this is the form with the help of which the leads are going to be generated. Now let us do the form submission. Firstly, for the first name over here, I'm going to write it as test. For the last name over here, I'm going to write it as lead45. For the email over here, I'm going to write it as testlead45@pabblytudes.com. For the phone number over here, I'm going to write in a dummy mobile number right here. Next, it is asking for the company name. So the company name, let's suppose I'm going to write it as test company. Okay. And for the project type, I'm going to select as SEO services. After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on the submit button right here. It says thanks for completing this form. As now the form submission is done, I'm going to go back to my workflow and scroll down. Over here, I'm going to wait for a few seconds. As I've done that, you can see the response is successfully captured right here. First name of the lead comes as test, last name as lead45, email as testlead45@pabblytudes.com. For the dummy mobile number, company as test company, and the service selected as SEO services. As now the response of the form submission has been captured over here in our trigger, this means that Tally Forms has now been successfully connected to Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. Now whenever by any of the lead, a new form submission is going to be done using Tally, automatically in the similar manner over here the trigger is going to capture the response of the form submission. After setting up our trigger step, we need to set up our action step. My objective is that as soon as by the lead a form submission is going to be done using Tally, I want to create that lead as a contact in my HubSpot account. So now for that we're going to set up our action step, and for the action application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as HubSpot CRM. HubSpot CRM is a tool that helps businesses manage their relationships with customers. It gives all customers information like contact details, emails, and communication history in one organized place. With HubSpot CRM, I can track my sales, manage leads, schedule follow-ups, and even automate tasks like sending emails. So using HubSpot CRM, I manage the data of my leads by creating their contacts. Okay. So what I want is I want to create a contact in my HubSpot account. That is why for my action application, I've selected it as HubSpot CRM, and for the action event I'm going to select it as create a contact. After selecting the action application and the event, I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection that you have. After that, click on connect with HubSpot CRM. A window is then going to appear in front of you which is asking for the account. For the account over here, I'm going to select it as Ashira, and then I'm going to click on this choose account button. As I've done that, you can see I've successfully authorized HubSpot CRM to Pabbly Connect. As I've done that, after that it is asking for all these details with the help of which we are going to create a contact in our HubSpot account. Okay. So firstly over here it is asking for the street address, age, which I do not have. So I'm going to skip the part. I don't need all these fields. So I'm going to skip the part right here. I'm going to directly go to the field that I require. Over here it is asking for city, close date. Yes, it is asking for the company name. For the company name, the data of this field, what we're going to do is we're going to map the data. Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. How it works is that as soon as I would click on this field, this was the previous step, that is Tally new response, you can see. Okay. As I'm going to click on it, this is the same response of our lead that was captured in our previous step. And as I want to create this lead as a contact, so for the data of the company name field, I'm going to select the data of the company name of my lead from my previous response. As I've selected the data from my previous response, the data is mapped. And as I have mapped the data has now become dynamic. That means now, whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this map data that I have done right here. Okay. After that, it is asking the company size, country, region. I don't have the field, so I'm going to skip the part. For the email over here, I'm going to map the data of the lead's email. It is asking for fax number, field of study, which I don't have, so I'm going to skip the part. For the first name, I'm going to map the data of the first name. It is asking for all these details. I'm going to skip the part, okay? After that, it is asking for all these details, which I don't want. So I'm going to go to status over here. For the status, I'm going to select as active right here, okay? After that, it is asking for the country code, which I do not have, so I'm going to skip the part. I'm going to scroll down right here. The lead status, I'm going to select it as new right here as we're creating a new lead, okay? I'm going to further scroll down. It is asking for the phone number, so I'm going to map the data of the phone number that I've received of my lead. I'm going to scroll down. For the last name, I'm going to map the data of the last name of my lead. Further, I'm going to scroll down. For the message over here, I'm going to select the message over here as project type. Next to project type, I'm going to map the data of the project type that I've received, that is SEO services, okay? It is asking for the phone number. I'm going to map the data of the phone number over here, okay? I'm going to further scroll down. It is asking for the phone number again. I'm going to map the data of the same phone number, okay? It is asking for all these details, which I do not have, so I'm going to skip the part. For the email also, I'm going to map the data of the same email right here. After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on the Save and Send Test Request button. As I've done that, we have received a response in which we have received the ID, which is a positive response. So now I'm going to open my HubSpot account and check whether a new contact has been created in my account or not. For that, I'm going to open my HubSpot account. And yes, you can see right over here, new contact has been created in my HubSpot account. Let us tally the response of the contact. The name comes as testlead45, email as testlead45@pabblytudes.com. Okay, let us tally the response further. Over here for the message comes as project type SEO services. You can see right here. The status of the contact is active right here. This is the phone number of the contact. You can see right here with all the other details. As now the contact is successfully created in my HubSpot account, this means that we have successfully created an automation between Tally Forms and HubSpot CRM with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done, I am an owner of a digital marketing agency. Over here for the trigger, I've selected as Tally New Response. Tally New Response, as whenever by any of the lead, a form submission is going to be done using Tally. Over here the trigger is going to capture the response of that. And for the action, I've selected it as HubSpot CRM create a contact. Now this lead that was generated using Tally is automatically been created as a contact in my HubSpot account using this action step. And using Pabbly Connect, I've built the connection between these two applications. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can check the queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.